afternoon Wolverine news. For our first story, there's been a rise of COVID-19 cases, and here's Dylan with all the latest details.
Thanks, Denise. Today, Los Angeles recently lifted mask mandates outdoors, so now you can walk your golden retriever at your usual dog park without wearing a mask. In other news, Hollywood stars are supporting the new production mandate, which is a bill that forces film areas to require proof of vaccination and booster shot records in order for entry on set. In March 2020, at the beginning of COVID, one of the most influential members advocating against it was the U.S. Surgeon General, Dr. Vivek Murthy. Well, today he tested positive for COVID-19, and it's not looking good for him. Lastly, there's a brand new variant of COVID-19 called the BA.2 virus, and it is in 42 U.S. states and over 30 countries. Now going back to Harrison.
Thanks, Dylan. Now let's head over to Julian Wolf for our current event.
On February 13, there was a crash near the intersection of 48th and Main Street. The crash killed one person and two were injured. The suspect had stolen an Amazon vehicle during a delivery and then had lost control and crashed into parked vehicles about half a mile away. After the crash, the man had jumped and ran away. The truck ended up on the sidewalk.
28th of January, a man was arrested with vandalism charges after videos of him online attacking a taco stand in South Whittier went viral. On the 27th, a man was reportedly upset that the taco stand owner set up a stand near where he usually parks his van, and videos showed him dumping water and onto cooking grills and using a fire extinguisher to put out cooking fires. After these posts garnered media attention in the aftermath, the community of Los Angeles came together to show up and express unity in support of of the taco stand owner. In other news, this Valentine's Day was also a day without immigrants, a day in which shows the importance of immigrants across the country, and those who participate stand against unjust immigration policies. This day was first celebrated on the 16th of February in 2017 and calls for a strike in which immigrants across the country avoid spending money and avoid going to work and to school. That's it for this week in current events. Back to you, Denise and Harrison.
Wow, that was a lot of interesting and devastating news. How about we lighten up the mood with the weather? So let's head on over to lovely Jessica.
I'm here outside of Foshay's car. We started the week with a high 66 degrees and then had a cloudy Tuesday with a bit of rain and back to the high 60s. And today currently will be mostly sunny. The high will be 72 degrees and clear tonight with a low of 48 degrees. Back to you at the studio.
How about I give you guys today's daily traffic report. Like every other day in Los Angeles there's traffic. People are starting their three-day weekend early and on their way to their vacation or family. There were delays of 9 minutes and delays that increased on the 110 eastbound between exits 3A and 3B, and traffic is heavy and the average speed is 20 miles per hour.
Pretty scary out there, but you know what's not scary? Our special entertainment. And you know who can give it to you? Raul, tell us. Raul?
Thank you, Harrison. It's been a very tragic week as we lose two very important actors. First up, 62-year-old actor Arun, who appeared in over 80 films. His nephew tells us he had a blockage in his brain that led to kidney failure. Not to mention, we also lost French actor Gaspard, known for movies including Hannibal Rising and soon to be seen in the Marvel miniseries Moon Knight, has died at the age of 37 following a skiing accident after being hospitalized Tuesday after suffering a head injury. In another story, during a collision on the slopes in the region of France. Dr. Dre with a picture from Super Bowl's halftime show. Just a couple hours ago, Eminem sent happy birthday greetings to Dr. Dre. Taking it to Twitter, the Eminem rapper shared a picture from his recent performance with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg with the caption, "Stop the beat. A minute, Dre got something to say. Happy birthday, Dr. Dre," wrote Eminem. Speaking of the Super Bowl, let's head on over to Justin and Carmen with the sports report.
As the LA Rams win Super Bowl 56, defeating the Cincinnati Bengals 23-20. Who other than AB and Cooper Kupp as the two best players of the LA Rams win it all. I guess LA is the city of champs. Whose house? Rams' house. Or should I say, champs' house? Thank you.
In more sports news, the Olympics are still happening and are set to finish this Sunday. We have Dominic Carrillo with the Mexican figure skating team, who is representing them in over 30 years when they haven't had a figure skater from Mexico. And Camilo Vallejo, who had a positive doping test, was being looked at as her medal in the standings was being checked. Also, we have many great gold medals from Norway, Germany, and the USA, but Norway is still in first place. Back to Denise and Harrison.
I love sports. But how about we move on over to politics? You know what people love more than sports? Politics. It's important we know what's going on in the world today, and who better to ask than Sarah and Kanisha.
Florida Republicans this week proposed a separate police unit dedicated to consider presidential backgrounds where legislators are annulling a new voter fraud police force as former President Donald Trump continues to promote his lie that the 2020 election was stolen from him.
And in lighter news, Joe Biden has been a Democrat all his life, but last week he became a Democrat. Cat parenthood has proven to be good electoral politics. Of the 9 cat presidents who went for another term in office, 7 won, giving them a higher re-election rate than the other animal parents. The 2-year-old green-eyed gray and white cat caught Joe Biden's eyes when she jumped on the stage and interrupted a speech the First Lady was giving during the 2020 presidential campaign. She has decided to name the cat Willow after her hometown of Willow Grove, Pennsylvania. Back to you, Harrison and Denise.
Did you really say that people love politics more than sports?
I mean, they do, right? President's Day gives us an extra day off, and I mean, it is a great way to spend my weekend.
Okay, but that's not exactly loving politics. That's just, that's not really just loving politics. That's just like, I can't put it, but that's not people preferring politics over sports.
Well, at least it brings something good into our world.
Right. Anyway, that concludes our today's Wolverine news. Hopefully, you guys join us next time at.
It's local hero.
But before we close off, why don't we go to Jasmine Peralta for our local hero?
Thank you, Harrison. Today's local hero is Kimberly Salazar, who donated a few clothing articles to El Salvador. I have an interview with her. No, put it up here.
Who did you donate your clothes to?
My family in El Salvador.
Why did you decide to donate your clothes to your family in El Salvador?
Because they needed clothes, and I thought it would be a nice gesture to give them some of my clothes that I had that I don't need anymore.
Okay, and is it your first time donating?
No, I do it every year.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Welcome.
You are our local hero. Yay!
And that concludes our afternoon Wolverine news. We'll see you guys next time.